Hi there YouTube, it's Melissa back again with another what I'm going to be using for a layout. I just wanted to film this video because I have some more pictures printed, and so kind of wanting to do a 12 by 12 again using these three 3x4 photos. I'm going to cut them down. And so one of the things that is in my stash that I use and I'm trying to use up is a collection from close to my heart, and it's called You Rock. It's right there. So, and it has, I'll show you some of the pattern paper. Like this is one of the busier, this would be considered the A side, and there's the B side. So I liked how there was a lot of the colors from these photographs in with this paper. And this is a Garth Brooks concert, and the one thing I have difficulty with, and a lot of you may relate, is navies and blacks, just like creams and whites. I just have a difficult time mixing them. I do it on occasion, but it's not easy for me, I will say that. So one of the things that I am aware of is that there's a lot of black in these photos, but there's also some purples and yellows and teals and blues, and gold actually. So I want to maybe omit the navy pieces of this and bring in this blue, which is also in the collection. It's this blue right here, and the rest of the other colors. There's gold, purples, and whatnot. And because I want to omit the navy, it's really due to the fact that I would love to use, I've said before that I have 10 packs of thickers in my stash. That is all I have, and my goal would be to get rid of them very quickly. And I will in fact do that, because I have gotten to the point where I'm making my own foam thickers. So, and I'm okay with mixing fonts together as long as they look similar. So it would be easy to add some glitter to some of the selection of alphabets that I already have in my stash after I cut them. So, and I think you can buy black glitter foam at my local craft store, so I'm pretty sure of that. So I went through these and I saw that I had enough to write the word Garth Brooks, so I'm going to do that. It was the world tour. It was in May, and I went with a girlfriend. It was so fun. But so, and one of the other things I want to do, and I did it in the last layout and I really liked it, I used a stencil in the background. This is an Amy Tangerine stencil. It came in a pack with others, and I'm kind of just wanting to do, I don't know if I'm going to use a purple or use a gold. I definitely am going to bring some gold elements into this, because I mean, we're starstruck really. So I have a handful of embellishments that do have gold on them, so I pulled this out to remind myself. And whether it's Heidi Swapp Gold Mist or I'm just going to try to use some gold embellishments. I do have some pieces of vellum in my stash that have gold on them, so that'll be good. And then I just went through and tried to just pull a handful of things. I got this old printable from Staples. This is a Heidi Swapp, but #epic is fun. And you know how I make my own flair with those epoxy bubbles, so I could do that. But anyway, so that's where I'm headed with this. I'm going to use white. I probably will, depending on which media. If I use ink and a sponge, it might not be as big of an issue, but I may have to use a clear gesso on the background of this white. But yeah, definitely going to make it not busy, but with mists and stuff, just to make it shine, because I mean, it was a pretty amazing night. So yeah, that's where I'm going, and I will be back later. Thanks guys. Bye. Hi there YouTube, I'm back. I have a layout to share. I just finished it up, so I thought I would quick do a video and get my stuff put away. So like I mentioned in the first part of the video, I was going to be scrapbooking 3 pictures on a 12 by 12 page of a Garth Brooks concert I went to recently. So I'm going to do a close-up, and then I'll start explaining about what I've done. So the top, and okay, so starting with the background, I originally was thinking of doing some mixed media, like I mentioned, and that didn't go so well. So I decided to scrap that idea. I threw that paper out. And I just decided to do some splatter, which was gold Heidi Swap and Mr. Huey's Calico Black, I believe. And then this file here, this background star paper, was cut with gold cardstock from Stampin' Up. And I used a file that I just had in my silhouette, my cameo folder. So I'm not sure where I got it, but yeah, I just manipulated it a little bit and cut that for the background. And then for this little photo panel here, I just layered some papers. Like this is some gold vellum striped paper from Stampin' Up. Just some scraps of, remember that blue I talked about, some orange. This is actually 6x6 paper. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that I just put them together. No one even ever sees the seam. These are just some scraps, some music paper, and some green, because I did in fact use at the bottom here this awesome tab, or whatever you want to call it, label. And so I wanted to bring some more green in, which I did with the paper and some enamel dots. I added some purple here, and yeah. So then I did go ahead and put an epoxy bubble on that Epic printable. So it's 1 inch. I added some more stars from my Paper Smooches star die with the same gold cardstock from Stampin' Up. The Garth Brooks I added with these stickers. They're called Roller Rink from American Crafts. And then for World Tour, I pulled the same gold cardstock and used Lawn Fawn Kohl's ABCs. And then for the bottom cluster here, I added some more orange scraps, that label I talked about, some gold washi with stars on it. This vellum circle that says day, sorry about my camera, that is maybe from a crepe paper collection at some point. This is a tag I had in my stash. And then right here you can see this day, this moment, this story, this life. I stamped it a handful of times here in a gray ink. And the stamp is an old Technique Tuesday. It's called Favorite Memories from Allie Edwards. I mean, look at the size of this baby. That's a big one. I don't think they make them that like that anymore. So it's vintage. And so yeah, that's it. You can see it's came together really quick. It's one of my fastest that I cranked out, and so I'm really happy with it. It signifies for me a lot of movement with the stars and stuff coming off the page, and yeah, the sparkle and the gold. It was a really fantastic night. And so yeah, I'm gonna go and put it in my scrapbook, and that'll be done. So if you have any questions, as always, let me know. Ask away. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and head over to my Facebook page, Cut It Up Creations, and yeah, like my page. All right guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.